So I want to give you my garden update. This is like the mid-June, so like June 12th, 13th-ish. The tomatoes in the deck boxes are doing pretty good. They're about, I'd say, 2 feet tall. I'm having a little bit of a problem staking them up. They're trying to tip. I'm going to have to try to support them to the deck just to give them some additional support. If you hear a bunch of kids screaming, there's a little house that runs a daycare and they must be outside playing. Then over here the flowers are doing really well, and then I just have to like come in, and what I do is like I deadhead the ones that already bloomed, and then this will allow for future blooms. So I have to just come in here with a little pair of clippers and just deadhead them, and then you'll see, you get new blooms coming. So I have to work on that. So yeah, all the flowers in the pots are doing really good, and these are all the ones that I bought on clearance from Walmart weekly, and I just added them, but you see, like this, you could just pull the whole piece out and deadhead. Yeah, so I have to just go around and do all that. And the peppers, they were doing really well in this deck box, and we had a heavy rainstorm and the cover fell in, and it came with a rubber band, and the whole rubber band snapped off. So I'm trying to just stake them up. We had 2 mornings yesterday, and today's kind of cool. It started out in like the low 50s, so the leaves look a little funny, and it was very windy, so hopefully they'll come back and they won't get too messed up. The roses are pretty much almost finished here. I have to prune them, and then we'll get a second batch. Like you can see, like the leaves are a little redder here, so we're getting part 2 of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the vegetable garden, but so far all the containers are doing well. These are my potatoes that I've been doing in the sacks, and as you can see here, I have a couple of bins of dirt. What I did was, when I emptied the bin from last year, I put the dirt in like bags, and then I let it dry in the bins. And then when you start getting new growth of the potato, and it starts to flower, each week I go add a little bit more dirt and bury the new flower buds that are coming, because that's how you'll yield a lot of potatoes. And I do that till I fill the sack to the top, and then it'll make big tall green out of the top, and then you should wind up with that full height full of potatoes all the way down to the bottom. So I just wanted to show you the update on the potatoes. Over here are some of the blueberries, and I've been trying to cover them with this netting, which the wind, yesterday we had, I don't know, some crazy wind. So I have to come back and fix this in a little bit, just to cover some of the blueberries that are here, because the birds found them and they're having fun with them. So I'm just trying to hold on to whatever blueberries I have left. These drift roses are doing very well. I do have to prune a little bit of them. And then over here, let's see, I added another clearance plant that I found on clearance at Lowe's. It was a twilight primrose that I thought was really pretty. And then I just added some impatiens that were on clearance for 40 cents. That's my candy corn and my clematis, which hopefully is doing well. And this was my clearanced, and this one's doing good. I just come in, and like I said, I deadhead them and snip them. And I have one little clematis bud here. This used to be enormous. I don't know what happened over the winter. We had, I don't know, a couple of crazy days, and then it got warm and then cold, so I think it got a little bit of some frost issue, but new growth is coming from the bottom, but the old growth did not survive. And then over here is the strawberry patch, which is doing well. I've been picking strawberries daily, along with the chipmunks and rabbits that keep coming in here eating them. But as you can see, there's the strawberry. Yeah, so I'll have to come out and pick some more. And then these are the tomatoes that I have over here in this raised bed. They're doing very well. They got quite large. And in there are pepper plants and they're doing fine. Once the peppers start growing, I'll be able to see where they are. And this is a different kind of tomato plant. This is the Brandywine. These make the best tomatoes. There's no seeds in them. They're very red, like a deep red, like a plum color. Fantastic. So yeah, I have that there. And then this is this little raspberry bush that I picked up on clearance, and I found my first little raspberry. It is thornless, so let's hope it stays that way, because it did advertise thornless. One year I bought one and it wasn't, and oh my god, it was horrible. I had to rip it out. It was sprouting everywhere and the thorns were enormous. And then this is the other patch of strawberries. I've been picking from this one a lot this week, so, but you see all the new flowers will be new strawberries. So we have some, I just picked them last night, so I don't think there's any ready today, but yeah, I check it like every day. I come give it a check. And then over here is my fig tree, which is coming along beautifully. And I don't remember if you remember in the spring video, you see like how it was dead growth. Yeah, it looks dead, but don't let it, think that it's dead and cut it all apart, because as you can see, you thought this was dead, right? But then there's like new growth that comes out of it. So that's wonderful. So about August, I should have figs going. And then these are the rest of the blueberries over here that I had to cover. The birds kind of really got to this bush, so there are some on there, but not as many as I'd like. And then there's some blueberries left on this bush, so hopefully I have this one under control. And then this is my little roses mixed in with a Rose of Sharon. I don't know what color it's going to be. It just sprouted by itself. And then up here on the hill, I have the grapes starting. And I've been trying to come out, which I have to get out here now. It's been a few days. And I've been spraying it with neem oil. Trying to prevent what happens every year, where I'll get grapes, as you can see, and then they turn to black. But I did find out that that means it's either a problem with bugs or a fungus. So that's why I'm trying this neem oil. Like you could see here, something was eating the leaf. So I'll come out later today and I'll snip any leaves that have any signs of infestation or whatever off, and then I'll come spray again. And the trick is, when you snip the leaves, is to try to expose as much of the grape as you can. Like just like see, I would snip this leaf off. This way the grapes get the full sun and the leaf doesn't block it. So yeah, I'll come out and work on these. So you could see, hopefully this year we'll get some grapes and they won't all turn black on me. I am going to try my hardest this year to keep up with it. So I do have a lot of potential. You can see some of these are already started. Okay, now I'm going to go down to the main garden on the other side of the yard and show you what I have over there. So on my way down to this garden, as you can see, my rose bush is enormous. This was one of these patio roses that I bought about 9 years ago when I first moved here to New Jersey, and it was in this cute little pot, and this thing just took off and it's really tall now. But I do keep it in that shape still, but it's getting very tall, but it's so pretty. And at some point, I think it was 2 years ago, this is the roses that we had bought. It's like a real red. Somehow another shoot, see it down there, came out, and now we have like a burgundy rose. So we have two varieties in one now. Don't know how that happened. These are some more plants that'll be blooming when they come up. I'll show you. I just ran a hose yesterday from the front along the back that I am connecting to a sprinkler this way. Oh, and it was so windy. See, people's papers blew in. I gotta pick all this up. So that it's on a timer. This way I don't have to forget to water. So I'm setting it daily at like 6:30 a.m. just to stay on about 15 minutes. And we have some updates here. We have corn, and some of them didn't take the first time. Well, they started to die, so I planted new seeds. So I have to just weed in there, but there is New Year's stalks of corn coming up. So I'll just go in and pull that out. Something over here got to the beans, some kind of bug problem. So I'm going to try to spray that and see if I could save it. The rest of the corn is doing very well. And then in the back we have some peppers, green bell peppers, and along that little boxed area with the chicken wire is the cucumbers. Some are pickling and some are like a salad cucumber. And then over here there's just some other mixed varieties of tomatoes. Some are Better Boy, some are Brandywine is there. And then over here, which it's doing well, is the zucchini. And I actually have, let me zoom in a little closer. I actually have some yellow zucchini flowers started there, so that's exciting. Now those are edible, the flowers. If you want, you can pick them and deep fry them, which hopefully I'll get out here later. I may pull a few off because we love eating them. And you dip them in this batter and you fry them. They are so good, but you have to eat them like right away. They don't taste better heated up. So yeah, that's doing well. I have zucchini here, zucchini there, and zucchini in the back. And then over here, I didn't put the black top down, and as you can see, we have weeds in between the plants. So I have to get in here and weed a little better. But in the meantime, these are just some zinnias that I planted by seed. And then we have beans, and then I just put this little pole trellis thing here that I'll attach. Some rope too, and then the beans will start growing up it. And then in the back you see the purple flowers right there. Those are potatoes. So I have 2 rows of potatoes that I'll have to go ahead and add some more dirt on top. Pardon the weeds. Yeah, it's been a busy week. I need to get out here and weed this up. And then over here we have some celery and parsley and dill. So the dill will be for when I do pickles. I made some homemade dill. And then over here on the trellis, these is more cucumber, which I will train to grow up and around. And then underneath in there is some radishes that I just threw in, and so far so good. But yeah, I just need to do a little weeding in here and we'll be good to go. But I'm pretty pleased with the progress. I've lost a couple of plants here or there due to insects or chilly weather, but I think we'll be okay. And then back there is all oregano, which I told you can take over the garden. I have to get in here and trim it now because it's about to flower. And yeah, so that needs to be picked. And then this area over here is my little like butterfly rose garden that I did in raised planters. So the roses kind of took over. These are pink roses, and then these are like a coral color double rose. And then I have some other things that attract hummingbirds and butterflies. This one I know is purple. I think this one is like a hot pink. For some reason the flies are sitting on here, sun tanning. That's gross. I don't know why. And then there's some more pink roses in there. And then I ripped out that rose thing. Well, I chopped it down. I have to dig it up. I thought it was roses, and it turned out to be some wild weed. I don't know what it was. These are going to be hollyhocks. I don't know what color because sometimes they like seed. So like the seeds fall off from the year before and they grow. So I know I had a variety in here. And then those are some kind of lilies that I have growing in there. And yeah, so that's the rose bush. That's what I thought was a rose bush I ripped out right here. So I have to just finish that up. And then these are just some more that are shade plants back here. They're hostas, and this vine that just took off from a planter pot I have that seems to be growing everywhere. And then I just mixed in some black-eyed Susans. And to update you in the front, some of my different varieties of daisies, or they're in that family, the echinacea and stuff. This one turned out to be a hot pink. Right now it's not showing the true color. It just started to bud open. I have one little hot pink one there. And then the purple salvia it gets really big. And once it's finished, you can see like it gets just dried looking. The birds actually come eat the seeds out of it. But then when you see like down here, you can clip it off and it'll make new sprouts and you'll get more purple growth. This is going to be black-eyed Susans that did not open up yet. And then this one is echinacea in the middle. And then some of my pots that I have are doing really well. And these were all different plants that I picked up on clearance. And some I grew from seed, and I just mixed them up and added them into the pots. That was the latest pot I just did, so it's not as full as some of these other ones. This one, the purple flowers are already finished blooming. So what I'll do is I'll trim them down, and then you'll get new growth coming up. So you'll get all new. And same thing here. These are zinnias that I planted from seed. And then these are just some clearance petunias that I planted here. And the same thing, I go around and I just pick off the shriveled ones and you'll get more growth. And then same thing in this pot. This was a clearance hanging plant that had a couple of varieties of flowers in it, and I just threw the whole thing right in the one pot, and it's looking really good.